All right, so this week in news, lots of E3 stuff. We're going to get to it in just a second. There's one other thing that happened aside from E3 that I wanted to quickly cover. Pokémon Unite. There's a little Pokemon event where they dropped Pokemon Unite. This is coming out really soon. It's going to come out next month on the Switch and in September on mobile. It is free to play, which is like...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or what they call free to start. I don't know what that means. It's just like, you've been playing it for 30 days. Give us some money or we'll take your thumbs. So, but it's an interesting concept. It's 5-on-5 team battles where you start with level 1 Pokemon, and throughout the match, they will level and evolve. There are no type advantages, and the focus is on the roles of each Pokemon, whether they be labeled as an attacker, defender, speedster, support, or all-rounder. Okay. And it's kind of a cross between fighting and like soccer. Essentially, the 5-on-5 teams will gather energy by defeating Pokemon in the match. And then that energy they gather, they need to go and deposit in the opposing team's goal zones. And of course, the team with more points is the one that wins. There's a cool trailer out if you want to check out in action. The not gameplay action, like the actual animated trailer, makes the game look a lot cooler than when they actually switch to the gameplay. Yeah. The gameplay's not bad. It's just it looks way cooler when you look at the video, but it's overhead and it looks like it might be neat. It looks like a mobile game I might actually play. Maybe even just put it on my Switch. I don't know. I'm going to check it out because there's really no reason not to. It is free, and we'll probably talk about that when it drops next month. Just for Pokemon fans out there, you got something new to check out if you're interested. All right. So when it comes to E3, we covered a few things last week, and then, of course, a bunch of other stuff happened. Now, as we mentioned earlier in the episode, we covered E3 extensively with the gamer friends. So I am not going to run over every single thing we discussed on that show. Once the Gamer Friends episode comes out, I will share it around for you guys to check out. And I think you should. I think it was a great, fun episode. I was super awkward on it, and I love it. And it was great, and it was fun to hang out with those guys. So what I wanted to do is just kind of bring up the presentations of note since our last episode, and then if you have anything to speak on it, we will go ahead and do that. The Capcom presentation. Anything to say about that?
No, it was trash.
It was trash. Moving on. I mean, they literally didn't announce anything new.
Yeah, the best thing about the Capcom presentation was Herlock Sholmes.
Yes.
In Ace Attorney.
And somehow simultaneously the worst thing. Go figure. The indie showcase. You watch any of that?
I don't think I did, no.
All right. There was a lot of good indie games we're going to talk about, I think. But for the indie showcase, they had this game called Fallen Aces. It's by New Blood. It's a noir-style first-person shooter a la classic Doom with the 2D cel-shaded sprites. And it's releasing on Steam soon. And it's just you going around and punching and hitting and shooting cardboard cutouts of noir-style gangsters. Good stuff.
Awesome. Cool.
All right. Anything to say about the Square Enix show?
It was pretty much trash, too.
Yeah.
Like, we saw Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which got leaked, I think, the day before. Mm-hmm. It did not impress me at all. Like, I kind of liked some of the character designs, not Star-Lord's. The fact that you only get to play as Star-Lord in a Guardians of the Galaxy game just seems off to me. Mm-hmm. Like, you get to play as the least interesting character. Mm-hmm. You've got a giant tree and a raccoon. But, yeah, they say there are going to be no microtransactions.
We'll see.
But we'll see. They usually add them in afterwards. But,
all right.
Yeah. Ugh.
I got nothing to add there. Anything else on Square Enix?
Babylon's Fall. I was very excited for that game.
Platinum
when we first
game.
heard about it.
Yep.
Now I am not.
Yep. It's a live service game. Fuck right off.
It looks worse than it did when they first announced it.
Yikes.
Which it probably wasn't going to be a live service game, and then it turned into one, so they're like, well, we got to make it look shittier. So won't be playing that at all. Sorry. Sorry, Platinum. You disappoint me.
Yeah, they had some updates on Marvel's Avengers. Nobody cares.
Yeah, Black Panther stuff. Well,
yeah. Pixel Remaster Collection, the first 6 Final Fantasy games on Steam and mobile, but nothing's changed.
Nothing for console. Like, even if you just put it on console, just put it on consoles.
Yeah. I don't know.
Fine. We'd love that, but whatever.
Yeah, because they're already on mobile and Steam. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, what are you doing differently? I don't get it. Anyways, Life is Strange Remastered was talked about because, of course, that's a Square Enix game. It's coming September 25th. True Colors, September 10th. Great. We've talked about Stranger of Paradise extensively. They announced it during their show and stealth dropped that demo that was completely broken for 2 days, but there you go. It's coming to everything but Switch 2022. That's it for Square Enix. Did you have any notes or thoughts on the Xbox Bethesda showcase?
I mean, not really. The Plague Tale Requiem looked dope, but I still haven't played Plague Tale Innocence, so I
you should
really
do that
on that too much.
You should do that for sure.
I definitely want to. Psychonauts 2 looked good.
Yeah.
It looked like a lot of fun. I didn't play the original, but, it's whatever. Starfield is now going to be exclusive.
Yeah, we know that.
Xbox. Yeah. And it's going to be on Game Pass, so that's cool. Yeah. Whenever that comes out.
Come over and play on my Xbox Series X that you get me. That'll be fine.
Right. And as far as the rest of the Xbox conference, man, there's not much that tickled my fancy.
Yeah, I was excited for Diablo 2 Resurrected. That's looking good, coming out September. Yuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, the successor to Suikoden. Awesome. Somerville, the jump ship studio from the founders of Play Dead, who did Limbo and Inside. That looks cool. You're surviving an alien invasion in a 2D adventure with your family. Neat. Okay. And that's about it for me. I mean, Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl looks kind of cool, like a better version of Fallout, maybe. We'll wait and see on that. So, yeah. Now, one thing I think you didn't get a chance to catch that I did want to cover, did you watch any of the Guerrilla Collective showcase where they platformed like 1 million indie games from around the world?
No, I didn't see that.
There was good shit at that show. So I'm going to very quickly, rapidly announce the stuff that I thought was interesting if people want to look it up. The first game they showed, or one of the first games, was called Fire Girl Hack and Slash Rescue. It was a 2D side-scrolling firefighting game where you like save people and you can use your fire hose as like a jetpack. It looked awesome. So into that if you want to fight fires. There's a game called BPM, aka Bullets Per Minute, and it kind of reminded me of a 3D Doom-like version of Crypt of the Necrodancer. So it's rhythm-based. And every time you reload your gun or shoot your gun, it's to the beat, and same thing with the enemies, and it seems really neat. It's on PC right now, but it's going to be coming to PS4 and Xbone sometime this summer, so here in the next month or two. So look out for that if you're interested in rhythm and shooty games. Hunt the Night says it's coming to PC and consoles soon, whatever that means. It looks like an awesome 2D overhead action-adventure game with really, really strong horror themes. And you know me and horror games. I'm into it.
You're going to be all up in that.
All up in it. Unmetal, which is a comedy stealth game based on the original Metal Gear on MSX. It looks really funny. There's a demo right now on Steam. Sable, that's coming out September 23rd. Very beautiful art style. The frames kind of skip like the Spider-Verse. I think they showed it at the Summer Games Fest thing that Jeff Keighley did. They showed it there too, I believe. Looks like open world exploration. That's going to be on Xbox and PC. There's a game called Death Trash. And the writing and the themes they remind me heavily of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. And it's got a mix of like Wasteland Punk or the OG Fallout style gameplay of the original Fallout games crossed with cosmic horror. They're constantly talking about giving people meat and do you want some more of the meat? Here's the meat. It's kind of gross. Nice. And it's coming to Steam Early Access pretty soon. There is a sequel to Serial Cleaner, which was developed by Draw Distance. It's called Serial Cleaners, although not multiplayer as the name would imply. I know, right? Maybe, but they didn't say anything. There was no multiplayer confirmed or shown. But it's coming out this year to PC and consoles, so keep an eye out if you're into that. Happy's Humble Burger Farm is a PlayStation 1 graphics style fast food simulator where if you don't do well enough serving the fast food, you may get attacked by some sort of monster. I'm not going to explain much, but it looks very trippy and weird, and it's a cross between a survival horror game and a fast food simulator with PS1 style graphics. What else do I need to say? It's coming soon to Steam. That's all you need to know. The last thing I saw that was super interesting, and this kind of reminds me when we were talking about Retro Game Challenge and the feeling of playing old games in your house.
Yeah.
There's this game called Arcade Paradise. It's coming out this year on everything. And basically what you do is you're running an arcade in the early 90s out of your parents' laundromat. And what you do is you have an arcade machine, you set as high of a score as you can so that customers will come in and spend a bunch of money trying to defeat your high score. You take the money you make, you buy more machines, you set more high scores, you make money. You see the appeal here? Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah. It's kind of like an endless game.
Yeah, no, it sounds cool. I'm sure there is an end because I doubt they can supply early 90s arcade cabinets to you all day. And obviously, the cool thing about it, what I like, is they don't license early 90s games, so they're making games that are imitations of those style games. And I just love that. I love playing a game that's a spoof on a familiar game, you know, like an RPG that's meant to be like Dragon Quest but made now. You know what I mean? That's neat.
Yeah.
IGN Expo, did you catch any of that?
Yeah, I did see some of the trailers that they showed for that.
Oh, cool. What did you have anything you want to talk on about that, or?
I ended up seeing the trailer for Sifu after we did Gamer Friends, and I'm excited for that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, he was kicking ass and taking names, and I can't wait to check it out.
It looks like a really competent beat 'em up that's researched its martial arts really well and gives you... It looks like it's accomplishing what Rise to Honor was trying to do. Remember Jet Li's Rise to Honor?
Yeah, I love that game.
I love it too, but it didn't quite nail what it was going for, which was complicated kung fu in a video game. It was basically just mash the attack button and then watch Jet Li go all over the place.
Right. But yeah, let's see. Bramble the Mountain King. That's a side-scroll adventure. Might be 3D, we don't know. It looks pretty trippy. There's in the trailer it shows the main character like stabbing something.
Yeah.
Over and over, and
like
blood
a little
is
psycho
covering his
and the main character's a little boy. Yeah, he's like a little boy.
Yeah. And then there's as you so accurately put it, a white lady coming out of the water.
White lady.
It looks like she's about trying to take him down for a little drowning in there. So
yeah, scary.
Looks wild.
That's right.
About it for me. That's it for me.
Okay. Well, we had Ollie World, which is 2D skateboarding with Adventure Time style graphics. That's coming out this winter on everything. Skatebird, it's little chubby birds on skateboards. Cute. It's coming out to everything but PlayStation, and that's on August 12th. So it'll be on Switch.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Tunic, which is a really cute Zelda-like. It's got very colorful graphics, decent music. It's from a one-man development team. The developer, I think, is called Dicey, and he's been working on it for a really long time, but they're pretty close to completing it, and Xbox is hosting a demo for it right now. I don't know if it's Xbox exclusive, but so far all I can tell is I can only see it on Xbox, maybe PC. So I'll keep an eye out. If it ends up coming to more consoles, I'll let you know, because I'll probably try it out.
All right.
Core Keeper is by Pugstorm Games, and it looks like it's focusing on the mining portion of Stardew Valley. Have you ever played Stardew Valley?
No, I can't get into those farming sims.
Yeah, the mining portion is actually like a dungeon crawler because you end up fighting monsters and stuff, and you have to like craft weapons to be able to fight them off.
Okay.
So you're focusing on the combat of that and base building and your base being attacked. And it looks like multiplayer, so a bunch of different players would be working together to try to defend the base and build it up, that type of thing. And there's like light farming in it for resource gathering.
All right.
So good stuff. That's coming to early access late this year. Blacktail, which is the first game from developer Parasite. That's coming to everything besides the Switch. And it's a first-person adventure where you play as a witch, I guess. The character's name is Baba Yaga, a la John Wick's The Boogeyman.
Right.
You attack with a bow and arrow, and you live in this weird house. And there's 3 children kind of narrating the trailer and the game, and they're very unreliable because they keep changing the details of the story. But it looks really interesting, so I'm going to be watching that. We got Death's Gambit, Afterlife. That's coming to Switch, 2021. 2D Metroidvania, really nice art, dark themes, cosmic horror, monsters, stuff like that. So, you know, I love me a Metroidvania that's more Vania than Metroid, definitely.
Right.
Martha is Dead, and that's a morbid folktale about another white lady. It's like a ghost story. They didn't show a whole lot of gameplay, but the story itself is interesting. It's about this woman who was drowned in a lake by her lover, who was then later hanged because he admitted he drowned her, and then people go back there to either get killed by her or summon her for something. I don't know. And the last game, Haunted Space, which you saw the trailer for, really dope looking, like beautiful graphics, space shooter where you're flying around spaceships and you can customize them. It looks like it's really competent in the dogfighting.
Yeah.
And then you run into some horror shit in space. Cool. That's coming to everything but Switch soon. Not a specified date, just coming soon. All right. So the last thing to talk about, and I saved this for last for a reason, because I feel like it's the best. I feel like maybe Xbox was a distant second for me at E3, but to me, my favorite presentation for the games, not for the presentation, that would go the Devolver last week, but my favorite presentation was Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, same.
So, want to quickly summarize that? I mean, what were the standouts for you?
So, Kazuya for Smash.
Kazuya for Smash.
Obviously, one of the big ones. He has so many moves.
So many.
We don't know how we're gonna fit that on a controller. And I actually saw a meme that it showed Kazuya in Smash, and it showed me. Is it Sakurai?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it showed Kazuya's face and Sakurai's face holding up him in Smash, and then they were holding up one of his moves, and it said like forward, and then it had that star that you have in Tekken, and then down, diagonally down, and then the and then the button you press, because if you don't know in Tekken, when there's a star, it just means you delay for just like a second or something, and it just made the character that was looking at it all confused. So Kazuya's coming out on Smash. They're doing a full blown presentation on him later this month.
Yeah, on the 28th, I believe. So we'll be checking that out. Yeah.
Life is Strange Remastered Collection and True Colors are coming to Switch. A new Super Monkey Ball Mania. Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania is a collection of past games coming out October 5th. The Guardians game is going to be coming to Switch as well, although it looks like it's going to be streaming only.
Yeah, like Doom or Control.
Yeah. And a new Mario Party Superstars. It's going to have online play and games collected from all past Mario Party titles. And I'm really excited for this because Super Mario Party was doo-doo.
Yeah, I'm so happy they're doing online play from Jump, too. That's great.
Yeah.
That's October 29th, by the way.
Oh, yeah. And next we got Metroid Dread. It's a 2D follow-up to Metroid Fusion. And I think a lot of people were confused because when it popped up, it said Metroid 5. And everybody was like, well, but y'all skipped Prime 4. It's a completely different series of Metroid games.
Yeah.
Because I'll admit, I was the same way. I was like, Metroid 5, the hell? But it's coming out October 8th. And it looks like the amiibo for Samus and the robot that follows you in the game and the special edition are already being bought by scalpers and bots.
Unfortunately, those pre-orders disappear as soon. They literally disappear as soon as they pop up on Best Buy or Amazon.
And that's one of those things where you look at it and you're like, yeah, that's going to be gone. So you got to get on it. Mario Golf Super Rush gave a look at the game modes and gameplay. More characters and courses will be added as free updates post-launch. You love to hear it.
Yep.
Monster Hunter Stories 2: Rings of Ruin looks like a fun Monster Hunter RPG. Lots of gameplay shown in the treehouse. Demo drops June 25th. I can't wait to play that. Looks really good.
Yep. I got special edition coming. Yay!
All right.
Yeah.
A new WarioWare. WarioWare Get It Together. 2-player confirmed.
Yes.
Comes out September 10th.
Can't wait.
I just actually sold. Yeah, I just sold WarioWare Touched.
Oh, I saw that you advertised that too. Good advertising.
Yeah, that's weird. So a little segue real quick.
Oh, okay.
It seems like stuff I've been posting has been selling. So I don't.
Somebody's following you, dude.
Yeah, somebody's following me and liking my shit. So I really appreciate it. Whoever you are, if you're listening, thank you.
Yeah.
Because you're helping put food in my belly and my baby's bellies. And I love you. Next, we finally got some info on Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Some non-leaked info.
Right. It's going to be releasing November 12th. And we got a little gameplay trailer. It looks really dope. The graphics on that look really good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Unnaturally good. And it just keeps pointing towards a Switch revision. A Switch Pro. So,
Switch Pro confirmed.
We got Danganronpa Decadence, which is a 3-game collection of Danganronpa 1 through 3, and also Danganronpa S Ultimate Summer Camp virtual board game. I can't wait to get that. I've been interested in the series for a long time. It's basically a visual novel, murder mystery type thing. A psychotic teddy bear locks you up and makes you play his game. And can't wait to play that. Fatal Frame, Maiden of Blackwater, is going to be releasing on the Nintendo Switch and actually Xbox and PS5 later this year.
Yeah, that's ported from the Wii U exclusive. That's awesome that it's getting a second breath because, I mean, again, hardly anybody had a Wii U. Even less people bought it, so I'm glad that it's getting new life.
And I think it was a Japan exclusive as well.
Did it not come out in Wii U in US?
I don't think we got it.
Interesting.
I've literally never seen it.
Yeah, I'm extra happy then to be able to play it. So,
Yep. Next, we got Advance Wars Reboot Camp. It's a remaster of the first two Advance Wars games that were on Game Boy Advance. So it's nice to see Nintendo paying attention to older properties and realizing that we, as the consumers who love their games, want to play their old shit, update it, or new games in the series.
Yeah, good-looking remaster, too. I like how they updated the art.
Right, and I'll let you take it away on the rest of the
Sure.
news.
Well, I already briefly mentioned that AOC was getting DLC dropping on the 18th, so that already happened, and I'll be playing that tomorrow for the listeners listening on the day that this drops, but basically Monday for the next beat 'em up. We got another Game & Watch theme. So we had, for the 35th anniversary of Mario, we had the Mario Game & Watch, which I went out and bought when this was announced because we just learned that we got a Legend of Zelda Game & Watch, which I'm definitely getting. I already had that bad boy pre-ordered. Oh, yeah. So the Legend of Zelda Game & Watch will actually pack in, aside from like a Link-themed original Game & Watch game and the watch part, you're also getting the original NES Legend of Zelda and Zelda 2, as well as the Game Boy version of Link's Awakening, which I think is awesome. It's a really cool little piece of history packed into the Game & Watch. I love it. That's to commemorate his 35th. And we finally got an extended trailer showing a bit of game mechanics and gameplay for Breath of the Wild 2.
Yay.
Super awesome. So it looks like we may at least have 2 levels, possibly 3. We're going to be floating down from an island. We saw Hyrule Castle float up into the sky. Zelda fell down into like a cave, so she might be down there. Link's arm got all corrupted and messed up, but then he absorbed Sheikah abilities through it. He can do, there's some time manipulation I saw in the trailer, and some new powers surrounding how he uses, like stasis, things like that. And that's going to be dropping in 2022. So super excited about that.
And that was E3.
That was our super fast E3. Yeah. Again, for even more, you can go and listen to the Gamer Friends, and we'll share that episode. But we just kind of wanted to quickly recap on our show for our listeners some of the things that stood out to us. And yeah, I'm really impressed with the slate of indie games, and I hope they get more love and that people were interested in them, because I heard a lot of people complain about E3 this year, that it was weak, they didn't see what they wanted to see. We're coming off of the year of COVID. And if you're paying attention to all games and not just the big AAA titles, there actually was a lot of cool shit that was talked about this year. So I want to make sure that wasn't completely overlooked.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. I think IGN has a pretty good summation article of E3 if you want to go and look at the individual showcases or read about them. And then, of course, you can go and just type into YouTube, Indie Showcase E3 2021, Guerrilla Collective E3 2021. You'll get collections of trailers that you can just watch, so you can check all these out for yourself, and I'd highly recommend it because some of them look awesome. So, all right.